Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan. This is your Saturday pre-order video. If you're into Xenos and armies that aren't Imperial, then this is the week for you. And I dare say the next couple of weeks will be for you too. As always, I'll start off with Forge World if I can just pause it for a moment. So the pre-orders this weekend, well yesterday, were a new gun for the Legio Custodes Telemon Heavy Dreadnought. It's the Custodes Accelerator Culverin. It's right here. You've got a free PDF download, and this is the rules for the Telemann Dreadnought. It's the largest dreadnought that they do, and the Custodes Accelerator Culverin, I can't remember whether they had this on their previous rules, but it does have it here. It's a 36-inch range weapon, strength 7, AP 2, heavy 5, rending and heliothermic detonation. So that's a nice 5 rending shots there at AP 2, which is fantastic. So that will cost you £13. The other weapon, the Arachnus Heavy Blaze Cannon, that was £13 as well. But I think with the main body you get the Spiculus launcher. So that can be yours with the cannon and a Spiculus launcher and the fist for £72, which is exactly the same as the Leviathan Dreadnought, if you're interested. So that's up for pre-order, that gun. Also, if you're into Tau, you've got a Barracuda Air Wing Detachment, which is right here. £220 for 3 Barracudas. I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, I think they had a little bit of a rehaul of the model a few months back, so now they're just doing them in a bundle for £220. Then you've got the Tau Tiger Shark, £165, but it's a lovely looking model in real life, and you can just see how big it is compared to a normal Barracuda. So that's also up for pre-order, and it comes with these with 2 heavy rail cannons, which just look immense. I think you can take them off and magnetize different weapons as well, so that's pretty awesome. You've also got this rotary cannon and some missiles as well. So yeah, lovely model, very nice in your Tau army. What's also a bonus this weekend is the Tau Aircast pilots. If you pre-order the Tiger Shark AX10, you also get a free set of Tau Aircast pilots. You get these 3 pilots, which, yeah, it says 0, but you know, you get those with it. So that's pretty cool, and I definitely would love to see more of that in the future. You know, you pre-order something, you get a couple of miniatures or a miniature bundled in free. Big fan of that. And then you've got the Greater Good Air Wing Detachment, which has the sort of aforementioned Barracudas. Well, you get 2 Barracudas, and you get the Tiger Shark, and then you get 4 Remora drone stealth fighters as well. So that's pretty awesome if you want to bump up your Tau Air Force. £403 for 1 big model and 2 sort of medium-sized models and 3 sort of smaller sized models. Pretty good. So that's what's going on at Forge World this week. Let's go ahead and look at what's going on at Games Workshop. Now, again, carrying on with the Xenos theme, where is my Mythic Blight Hauler? We pretty much should call it the Mythic Blight Hauler, because this is like the second week that it's not available. I'm hoping it's next weekend, because the weekend after will be the Tyrannid new box set, which looks really good. It's got the it's got a Morlock in it, and it's got some Gene Stealers, and I think it's got Patriarch, so that looks pretty good. I mean, I like both of the Tyrannid Start Collecting box sets, and if you do too, stay tuned to the channel. They'll have the codex and everything, and you know, it'll go a bit Tyrannid crazy for a little while. But I'm hoping the Mythic Blight Hauler arrives next weekend. I really hope Games Workshop put it up next weekend or soon for a standalone pack, even if it's £30, same as the fetid bloat drone, because it's a similar sort of size. Maybe it's a little bit bigger because it's got the tracks as well. I'd hope they don't go down the route of putting it in a Start Collecting box set with some Plague Marines and Lord Contagion or whatever. I think that would be a big mistake. I think if they put it in that but also sold it separately first hand, that would be cool, because I probably would then get another Start Collecting set for Death Guard. But at the moment, I hope they just release it separate for the moment, and I hope they don't release it in some kind of bundle. Anyway, this is all going over the place because I haven't pressed pause on it, but it's Eldar Craft Worlds. They don't put Eldar or Eldari or anything like that. It's just Codex Craft Worlds. So this is the new and exclusive for Games Workshop right now. So if we go to pre-orders and we just view all, we'll do it in price, high to low actually. So what we've got is we've got the Skyrunner Seer Council right here. I'll just open them up. I think their models already are out. So I think it's just more of a bundle. It says that you get 2 Farseer Skyrunners and 3 Warlock Skyrunners. So it's like your Seer Council on jet bikes. Pretty cool. Really nice jet bikes, really nice models. The Farseers are lovely, and so are the Warlocks. So they are decent models, lovely jet bikes, quite nice and quick to build too. £100 for your 5 jet bikes there. Then we've got this Craft World made to order collection. When I first saw this, I thought, holy moly, you have to spend £89 to get all of these. No, they're selling them separate, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But this is the Craft World made to order collection. There are some fine cast in here, but most of them are metal, which was a bit odd because I thought it would only be fine cast. But yeah, they're made to order, and it says here, you know, the Farseer is single component metal model. The Dire Avenger Exarch is a metal model. Howling Banshees is, the Bonesinger is, the Farseer with Staff is, the Warlock with Witchblade is, the Singing Spear one is metal model, the Farseer with Singing Spear is a resin kit, the Ranger Kneeling is a metal kit, and the Autarch is a resin kit. Now I've pre-ordered a few of these already. They do take, it says product that will ship on the 28th of October, and that's in a week's time, but they're saying, you know, please wait up to 35 days for these to be made, so they are made to order. I think they're lovely looking models. I really like that Farseer. Banshee's alright, he's alright. I really like the Bonesinger. Wish he would have some, you know, separate rules or something in regards to like Tech Marine, sort of repairing wounds or something like that. That Farseer is pretty good. I've got that Warlock. I almost had that Warlock actually. That Farseer is quite nice. Kneeling Rangers are always good, and the Autarch's pretty cool too. So yeah, nice selection of models there. Then you've got the Craft World's Phoenix Lord collection. So it looks like it's the collector's edition or limited edition codex for £50 along with your cards. Pretty straightforward. I'll just have a look at the collection. Looks really nice. Lovely artwork on the back there, and on the front, I suppose. So yeah, so hopefully it'll be in the same sort of format as all the recent codexes, such as the Death Guard one, which have been really excellent. Then you get Ulthway paint bundle, same Han paint bundle, the new Start Collecting Craft Worlds box set. Now, believe it or not, I don't have any of these models. Any of them. I don't have a Warwalker, Wraithguard, Wraith Lord. I always get them mixed up. And the new Farseer. I don't have any of those. I did get the previous Start Collecting box set, which had 3 jet bikes, a Skyrunner, and a Fire Prism. Thought that was a good box set. This box set is, in my opinion, I think even better. I missed out on the previous edition of Eldar when they brought out the Wraith Knight and the new Wraith Guard and things like that, just because that was in 2013 and I'd only just started getting back into the hobby. And for me, I was more looking at the Space Marine releases. The Space Marine releases came out a little bit after these Eldar, with the Wraith Fighter and things like that. So unfortunately I missed this, but I'm not going to miss it this time around. I'm probably going to bump up the force a little bit more, because I do have an Eldar army. So there's Farseer, there's Wraithguard. I think they come with the glaives and the swords as well. I would assume, yep, look, so it says optionally assembled as Wraithblade, so it does come with a full Wraithguard kit. Wraithlord, never had a plastic one. I've got 2 metal ones, which are pretty decent, and a Warwalker. I can never say no to a Warwalker. Probably more effective than a Wraithlord in game terms, competitively, one could say. So yeah, that's a nice start collecting set. Then the Triumvirate of Iniad, that's up again. It was up, I think, I want to say sort of February time this year, so sort of 9 months later, they're releasing it again. The Craft Worlds Collection, which is just your standard edition codex, which is hardback, brilliant with cards. Then your codex itself, which I'll just show you here, which same pictures that I showed you with the main set, so hardback. And yeah, one of the reasons why I skipped the last edition of Eldar again was because all the hardback codexes ran out pretty quickly, and Games Workshop brought out the softback, and I'd much rather pay £5 more for a hardback codex, so that's why I sort of skipped it last time. And then you've got a novel by Gav Thorpe. He's a great author, hardback, £18, Ghost Warrior. Looks like it covers Iniad. Then you've got Eldrad as a separate miniature. He was in a set with the Harlequins, I think, I want to say. So he's now available on his own. And then you've got the made-to-order models, you know, the Autark, Singing Spear, Bonesinger, and then you've got a load of dice, so £6.50, and then you get, you know, Strike and Scorpion dice. Again, I'm not like a huge fan of having dice with anything other than the numbers on, but I suppose they're well themed. You know, like the Howling Banshee one's well themed. They're going to be quite difficult to see, the Dark Reapers, but there you go. And then you've got another, and then you got a couple of books out in paperback, like Crusade and Hammerhal and other stories. So £5, not too bad actually, I would say. So there you go. That is all of your pre-orders up. So next weekend, I'm hoping the Blight Hauler will be up. My search will be over. Hopefully he'll be there. And then the week after, you'll have the Tyrannid goodness. You'll have a new Tyrannid Start Collecting set and the Codex. And then I think before Christmas, we've only got the, I really want to say the Space Wolves, Dark Angels and Blood Angels Codexes, and that's pretty much it. And then moving into next year, you know, you've still got Orcs and Necrons and Tau and yeah, so on. Dark Eldar. So that's all I want to say about the pre-orders for this weekend. What do you think? What are you looking forward to the most? Are you going to bump up your Eldar force, and if so, what sort of units are you going to put with it? And please do put all your comments below. Thank you ever so much for joining me this weekend. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.